Hey guys, here we are playing Ace Attorney Investigations as we are progressing further and further. So I wonder what we can figure it all out and get further along the way, cause yeah. Let's go for it. Oh, cable's a little bit stuck. Let me get a little bit tighter, but more or less strain on me. It would be the perfect crime. So much better than stealing it and getting caught by the cops. A sneaking snapshot or 20, huh? That could work. The only question is, when would he have done it? Good question. How about during the afternoon tea? Didn't the lady say that Gustav and Frost had been missing out on a little tea they had? Brings me to the question, when do we know for certain that Frost Killer was still alive? And after the contest began, nobody nor hide nor hair of Frost when he's got himself in his room. The only way capable of entering his locked room was Tangerou, possessing as it had the only key. Come, where Tangerou works on the only one you sampled? No dear, I couldn't help myself. When I finished my afternoon tea, I tiptoed over Minkelly's room for a little teensy taste too. Therefore, I kept himself in his room after it started, but he was gone by the time his cone stacked up in his sample of work. There's a good chance he murdered the end of the afternoon tea. Mr. Cousteau, you and Frostwork conspired to create works for the contest together, didn't you not? Huh? So you knew my little secret? Savannah was kind enough to inform me. Frost was in charge of designing, while you were in charge of the flavor. Is that correct? What can I see? I had a long travel on the road to become a master competitor. You qualified all through the semi-finals. Something changed after that. We both wanted to show what we could do, so we show what we were better than Tangerou.
Objection!
Why did he help Mr. Frost with his entry for the final? What grounds do you have to say that? Your own statement made to from Karma 18 years ago. Told him that you had been working together right up until the day before the final. I was checking if I said it. Post entry was carved entirely from the blocks of flavored ice. His ice reason that would have needed at least a day to freeze. His flavors therefore must have been read by Mr. Cousteau. There, which lines up perfectly with Cousteau told me that he helped Miss Frost until the day before the final. In that case, why didn't Frost reset and help Miss Cousteau in return? I can hardly believe that I read the minds of the dead. So why did Miss Frost help you in return, Submit that your relationship broke down for some reason. Became the basis of your motive for murder. That's not how it was. Sure, we stopped working together. It was perfectly friendly. Stopped working together in a friendly way? Kinda hard to imagine, but okay. Besides, how do you think I did it exactly? You think I just strolled in Tangerou's room and killed Frost? I couldn't have killed a man with Tangerou in there working in his chocolate pieces, couldn't I? You see, it couldn't have been me. I couldn't be so sure. The window of the time of the Dragon wasn't in his room, and if I can prove that, I can prove that Gusto had the opportunity to kill Mr. Frost. You can be sure that Frost was alive until the time of the afternoon tea. He was the only window during the which Mr. Gusto could have killed him. You satisfied Mr. Gusto's story now, Miss Edgeworth? Heh, sadly I'm afraid I'm still rather unsatisfied. But things are finally starting to become clear, and the truth has come to light at last. Do you mean you say you have uncovered new evidence? Evidence? No. I was hoping I might convince Gusto to open up us about it instead. Oh, is it mind game time? Mind game time again? It is. Ooh. Eesh. It is, Mr. Gusto. I have a question for you. I said I have a question for you.
Yeah, what is it?
You choose to make your entry for the final on your own.
I told you I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to prove I was the best in the world.
Objection!
If that were the case, surely you wouldn't have chosen to cheat in the first place. But why do you feel needed to team up Mr. Frost? "18 years ago, Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost collaborated in a confection contest. But why did they work together? Why did they enter the contest in the first place? Before information I need to get out of my opponent somehow." Gusto seems to have a habit of pretending to be asleep when things aren't going his way. Focus on choosing why you choose to work with Mr. Frost. By my hand, now it's time to dig up the truth that was buried all those years ago. Gusto, why inspired you to collaborate with Mr. Frost?
We are acquainted before we were contents. He interested in entering contest, so we decided to sign up together.
And you decided the pair sculpture had nothing to do with your lack of faith in your skills?
Yeah, you don't know me. We joined forces because we wanted to make the most perfect creation possible, that's all. Frost's son and mine were in the same grade at school. Well, we got along pretty well too.
So you were two friends to have to try the title of the world's greatest competitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretending to be asleep as it gets off work for me, I'm afraid. Mr. Frost was a sculptor, Mr. Gusto. Care much about winning the title for competitors. In which case, he probably would have different motive for taking part of the contest, wouldn't you say?
Fine, it was me. I wanted that title. Frost was the only one in for the prize, the ultimate cookbook.
See, since your objectives failed so neatly, you decided to work together, but then something happened. A break in your relationship, perhaps. If so, I want to know why.
Prosecutor, I'm still quite unwell after my brush with death. Pushed me too hard. And I'll be on my way back to the medical room.
No, wait.
You better wrap this up quickly. I'm already dangerous low on patience.
Just trying to desperate to make us escape. He won't get anywhere yet. He's still keeping things from me. I will figure out what's immediately after. Not time to lose. I need to pick up the right line after questioning, and fast. So you had your eyes on something other than the title, didn't you? Well, I'm not sure about the title World Great Confederate even counts for that matter.
You're insulting the way of the Confederate. My only goal was to win that title. I didn't care about anything else. You know how much it would have meant to me.
Been my time.
Look, my senses are designed where I'd have been up to snuff back then, but you sure see me now.
Oh, so you improved?
You bet I have, and I didn't do all the training in St. Fire for nothing. Look at that Tangerine. You know, with years pouring over the science of his work, I'm watching his show with my son.
So like this thing will work as a your early studies. And his recipe book, he might have even become the best something day.
Maybe. The book was a real treasure, no doubt about that, but a Confederate would have wanted it.
Huh. You claim that your only goal was to win the title, yet you also seem to be interested in the contest prize, the ultimate cookbook.
Yeah. Click on recipes, it will be the world's go out there. I can't say you're absolutely no interest in it. Even if I did. What exactly is so wrong with that?
Nothing, I suppose. Without the book, recipe of medicine, not desserts. And everyone supposedly knew that.
Yeah.
You're finally getting somewhere. I can't let him slip from my grasp now. Stay calm and collected. Keep the pressure on. Next to finding what he wants, the cookbook. You want the plan to win the cookbook so you can use it to help you with your creations.
What else? A book should be to improve my craft tenfold.
$1 million money if you sold it.
I don't know how much about in there. I was worth more than money, I tell you that. Yeah, I'm still recovering. Good thing to say, let me go back to the medical room.
Wait! I need a little bit more proactive. Oops. Anyways, because I think you know more a little about the cookbook than you claim.
And they told us a little about the start of the contest.
Huh. You should know what kind of recipes are actually contained, don't you? None the search recipes at all.
Yeah. You sure you did your homework? Fine. So you know what was really in there? Cookbook, or the Angel's Cookbook, to give its proper title. A collection of chemical formulas and way to new medicines nobody have ever heard of.
So you didn't know about the cookbook actually contains recipes for medicine. Could be a little important clue. You know how valid the cookbook really was?
What kind of that? It's a collection of Tango's recipes. There's a Confederate in the world who wouldn't have one of their hands on it.
Time to deploy my Q. You decided to have improved thanks to your training in St. Fab. You clearly didn't have enough work on your skills on this option. You already admitted that your ultimate cookbook was a collection of recipes for medicines. About making you interested not even chemical, but primarily in nature. You confirm, Ms. Gusso, you had no personal interest in revelation of new medicines. You suggest that your interest must have been personal. No. Yeah, give me a moment, guys. I'm a little bit hungry. Ah, much better.
No, I must underestimated you. Fine, you're right. Winning that title wasn't the only reason I entered the contest. I need one of the recipes in that book. It was for my son. He was sick.
He was? Tell me more.
None of your business. I told you as much as you need to know.
Holy shit, this is a big one.
He was rattled. I can't let him off the
Oh wait, he's all rattled. Cannot let him off the hook. My name is the illness was. Well, I'm almost got to the bottom of this. I can feel it. There's a few more moves. Tell me a little bit more about your son.
He was my pride and joy, and my biggest fan.
You came to college in order to help him?
He don't have any child of young. Any father would have done the same. I could have done anything to help him. Anything. You would have come see me here because of the value too, right up to the semi-final.
Really? You didn't got all the way of your work? If you were trying to beat Samson Tango, surely you didn't have time to look you didn't have time to look after your child.
Well, I had to do what I could for him. He said he wanted to always be the first to try my creations.
So you said your son was sick, Mr. Gusto, and yet you're able to come and join for the contest.
It wasn't that kind of illness, nothing life-threatening anyway.
Feels like it could be an important clue. So you need the cookbook to cure your son. Where did my food go? Oh, there. And now I lost it. There it is.
Look at your son. Yeah, nowadays you can get the medicine he needed anywhere. But back then the cook was all a hope. Why didn't I dare waste my time on the fancy tea parties? I had to give him all my work.
Tango's work. Surely the break deal is a perfect opportunity to steal the glands.
What makes you think I had the energy or time to care how it's made?
You think you made clear how much you had immense Tango's work. What's more, you had to determined to win the ultimate cookbook. I should have doubted you best on the chance to pique your competitor's entry.
I had plenty of chance through the contest to see the morale's work, you know, but each time I did, it seemed to have any flavor. Must have been nerves or something.
Nothing good doesn't taste any flavor. I think it could be an important clue. Can you tell me the name of the disease your son's suffering from?
You really are a cold customer, Prosecutor. Not enough that he really says he's ill. Why will you force me to tell him more?
Pull my cue. You already shared with me your illness wasn't life-threatening. You already get any further details?
It may not have been life-threatening, but it doesn't mean it had not been life-altering.
See, it must be very hard on you both.
Of course it was. It was hard that couldn't find a cure. We're desperate. He couldn't taste anything. Not even his favorite desserts.
Taste disorder. I understand it. Ultimate Cookbook contains the recipe for a particular medicine. Used to cure himself of his own taste disorder.
So he had it too?
Two, you say? So your son had a taste disorder then, am I correct?
Yeah. I did highlight that slap.
You're asking me to believe that you win the cookbook to cure your son. Really the case?
Of course it was. What are you saying?
Let's just share that based on everything you have told me. Time to deploy my Q. These are difficult to live with. It's not easy to be able to enjoy your food. But no, after all, you're the one who told me to experience something like that during the contest. You said nothing about simple or any flavor. Those were your own words, correct? Which seems to suggest you're suffering from the taste disorder. You're a confederate without sense of taste. Not the exact ideal. You sure not the only condition you were seeking a cure for, Mr. Gusto?
I had enough of your speculation. Managed to just find that content. No problem.
There we go. We done it. Sorry, but I'm afraid you're contradicting your own testimony, and this is sadly why I'm going to end it off for today, guys. I wish you all a good day, a good week, and peace, my prayers. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.